Hey, what's up, YouTube? Hey, what's up, Snorlax Nation? This is Tony the Snorlax checking in from Team Snorlax. So today, it is Thursday. So as everyone knows, it is Deck Building Thursday. Now, as you can see right in front of me, today is something different because today we are doing the card reading on the Pokemon Trading Card Game Online. I apologize, I didn't have time to go back to get my cards, and I didn't want to miss the deadline for today, which is Thursday. So today, I'm going to show you everything that we're going to build, and today we're going to be putting on a fire deck, but as you can see screen in front of me, there's a lot of water Pokemon here. So what's going on now? As you know, with the new Sun and Moon cards coming out, grass type is going to be really popular with Decidueye, the Rentus, and everything like that. And what better way to counter grass types than fire type? And today we're going to be building a Volcanion deck. As you can tell, we have some baby Volcanion deck in here. You know what? So why don't we jump straight into it and let's see what we can do. So as you can tell, let's go through the Pokemon that we're going to have. The starting Pokemon that we're going to have is, part of Sun and Moon, is Oranguru. Now, Oranguru, before I had Artillery, but now, what was, Artillery is too slow, and Oranguru is a really good card. Despite the fact that it has to be less than 3 cards, we draw only up to 3, but it can attack, whereas Artillery just stand on the bench. So I took it out in favor of Oranguru, and I don't even have to evolve, and you will see why. It'll be really easy to pull out with nest balls and everything like that. I don't necessarily need to evolve it. Now, who are our main attackers? Let's just go. We're going to have 2 major main attackers. Oops. Anyways, we're going to have baby Volcanions. Why? Because the Volcanion is going to be it's going to be a main attacker. Put on Fighting Fury Belt, does 10 extra damage, and the fact that we're going to have 3 Volcanion in the back that it's going to power up on the baby Volcanion. But every time we discard an energy, we get to do 30 more damage to it. That is just great. So basically, we have 3 on the bench, put 1 here, we do 20 plus 30, and then plus if we power up all 3, that's 90 damage. This guy's hitting for 30 times 4, 120 per hit, and that's some great damage. 2-hit KO most of the cards, except for some GXs with 250 HP. But this is going to be our main attack, and remember, this is for weakness against grass types, so that's a great thing to go. Now, as you can tell, we have one Staryu and 1 Starmie here. Now, some people ask, what are we going to do with Starmies? Starmie is actually great because of the fact of its ability, Space Beacon. As you can read, once during your turn, you can discard a card from your hand, and you get to get 2 basic energy back. So as you can tell, that's how the strategy is going to work. This guy is going to bring energy back, whereas Volcanion is going to attach energy to our bench Pokemon from this card. These guys, Volcanion EXs, will be getting rid of energy cards as we power up the attack, and Starmie is going to bring back any energy we need next turn to discard even more. So that's why, as you know, it's rinse and repeat cycle. As I said earlier, this is the Volcanion deck. So as a baby Volcanion powers up the bench, which is going to be, I put 3 Volcanion EX in there, right here. These guys are going to be your main attackers. As I said, Steam Up, power up by 30, whereas the Volcanion Heat does 130 damage, plus whatever heat up you want to do. Now the thing is that this guy can't attack the next turn. Slap on Retreat, or just switch Escape Rope and or Olympia, or you could just put a Floating Stone, Glowstone on it, and just get a free retreat. So that's a good card to have as well. Now, how to get these guys out, I'll show you. We're going to have dive balls. Now, unfortunately, usually I would like to run 4 dive balls. Why? Because the great thing about Volcanion is they're water and fire. Dive balls can be able to get them out, as well as Starmies and Staryus. So I usually recommend running 4 dive balls in your deck. Unfortunately, right now I only have 2 just to show you guys. But what I also recommend, instead of dive balls, if you want, you can go and search for the newest card, Nest Balls. Sorry, it's a trainer. Nest Ball. Run 2 in there. Why? Because basically everyone here is a basic Pokemon other than Starmie. So you could put 4 in there and just get every one of these Pokemon, which is pretty good too. Now moving on to the item card, as you can tell, we're gonna have 1 escape rope, or 2 if you like, but usually just run 1 to get your Pokemon out, because Volcania has a heavy retreat, and without a Flowstone on there, it's gonna be hard to get it out. I left 1 Evosoda in there because I do have a Staryu, and sometimes I don't want to draw it out, because if I'm not using dive balls, I'm using nest balls. You know what? It's better for me to just get that, because Starmie plays a crucial part to this deck. And right now, because we have all basic cards, I need those 4 Max Elixirs. Max Elixirs gets card out, your energy out like no tomorrow. We ran over the nest balls. Now, what happens if I'm stuck on energy cards? I need some trainers, which is the Professor's Letter. You can run 1 or 2 in here and just really get your energy out. Now, we have a random receiver like any of my other decks. Random receiver, sometimes I run into games where I'm stuck on trainers or stuck on a supporter card and I just can't seem to draw it. This card helps out. A Super Rod is in cases where my Pokemon got knocked out, I don't have Starmie set up, everything like that, and my card's going away really quickly, I want to get it back. Now, without it, a Super Rod, because you want your energy on the discard pile for Volcanion to draw it back out, set up a bench, and also for Starmie to draw it out. Sometimes I don't feel like the need for Super Rod, so I'm going to replace Super Rod and I'm going to go with a Revive. Why? Because, as your Pokemon gets knocked out, you need a way to bring them back, but you want them back on the bench. So my suggestion is put 1 or 2 Reviving to your deck. This card will be really helpful because these guys your Pokemon don't rely on their ability like a Shaman to draw cards. So you need them on your bench as soon as possible. So this is a great card to get. Where am I now? Basic necessities, Trainer's Mail, great way to get those items or supporter cards out. Here's a card that I'm having thoughts about and I'm not sure. I'm thinking about either putting Ultra Balls or just go straight up Nest Ball and Dive Ball. Because Ultra Balls, yes, it gets the card I want, any card I want, but I have to discard 2 cards. But on the plus side, it allows me to discard 2 energy cards, allows me to bring the cards back by Volcanion or Starmie. So it has its perks as well. Now, Versus Seeker, I only have 1 on the arm because I only carry 1, but I suggest usually get 2 or 3. Best way to go. Now, what are we going to use for the stadiums? And of course, we're going to use a Scorcher. We want those extra card support. So this one, discard a Fire Energy or Fire Energy, in this case Fire Energy, draw 2 more cards. So great way to get set up. Now moving on to the supporter cards that we have, I like to put an Ace Trainer. Really crucial to the deck because if one of your Pokemon gets knocked out, you get to shut down your opponent, get them 3 cards, whereas you get 6 cards. So really just add 1 in there is really good. Now the Hex Mania really counters, how do I say it? Anything with abilities, so it's not so good in this deck, so what I'm thinking is I'll probably remove it because I have so many Pokemon with abilities. I play that card, it's going to screw me over. So instead of this card, I'm going to switch for the newest card that's here, and we're going to put a Lily in there. Right here, from the new Sun and Moon. If you guys haven't picked one, go get yourself a Sun and Moon. Get some codes because these cards are just amazing. So Lily, where are you? There you go. First round, you get 8 cards in your hand. What more can you want from that? And the rest of the time, you get to draw 6 cards, up to 6 cards. So it's really good. Now, crucial to every deck, a Lysander, good for KOing those Pokemon that just slip to the bench, or something that you want to get out. Really good card. I'm not going to go into it because you just know how good Lysander's card is. And of course, crucial to every deck, I have yet to see a card deck that does not run N, so always get it. Now the Pokemon Center Lady, good for heal. Just run 1 in your deck because that's all you need. Sometimes you want to get rid of that Paralyze and stuff like that. Sycamore, once again, a card that I've never seen that's not in the deck, so always critical in all standard decks, expanded, whatsoever, playable deck. Now, this is a card that I'm not too sure about, so I'll probably remove it. Because before I wanted to run artillery, but now because we have Oranguru, we don't really need artillery here. So I'm going to switch it for a Pokemon Skull, Team Skull Grunt. And I'll tell you why. Just like the last deck I made for Persimmon, this card right here was shut down. It plays in a lot of areas. For example, if you're ahead, you're already set up, but you want to disrupt your opponent, play this card, you get rid of 2 energies. It doesn't matter if it's special energy, double colors energy, or any energy, this card's going to shut down Greninja so badly. It's going to make Greninja decks not want to put their cards back into their hand. Because if you put this card in, bam, they lose 2 energy card right away. They can't do the shuriken, and they're stuck. I ran into cases of people playing this against me. My Greninja deck basically got shut down right away. So I suggest running 1 into it. Now, because we're running Volcanion, and they are, they cost 3 energy to attack. What happens if they get knocked out? Because they are weak against water, right? So I suggest putting some XP share, maybe 1 or 2, and put them on the back, Pokemon on the back. Because once the front gets knocked out, even the baby Pokemon knocked out, you get to move energy to your backline. So run 1 or 2. Now, what's the other ones I suggest running? Fighting Fury back. I suggest running 1 or 2 as well because you want the Volcanion to do that 10 extra damage and also get that 40 extra HP. So I really suggest you put it into this. And finally, but not least, like I said earlier, Volcanion everything has heavy retreat cost. It is always good to put a couple, 1 or 2 Flowstone into your deck. In that case, play situational. If the opponent is weak against you guys, I put on a Fire Fury belt. But if you're playing against Water deck like Greninja decks, you're taking weakness damage, get a Flowstone on there so you can retreat it right away. So as you can tell, I know it's not a Sun and Moon deck, but this is gonna be good against some Sun and Moon deck like the Situai and Laurentis deck. So I suggest you guys go ahead, build it right away. But have some fun with it. Like I said, sometimes, you can switch out the Revive for Fishing Rod, Nest Ball for Dive Balls and everything like that. Play around with it. Have fun with it. That's the reason why we are in Pokemon. That's why we have such a big, why the Pokemon community is so big. That's what makes Pokemon fun. We can do whatever we want with the deck and, come up with a deck that's really, really, really fun. Now, one card, sorry, I forgot to mention. I'm going to take out an extra little because I forgot one card in here on the Sun and Moon, and everyone could guess what that is because that is the Kukai. Oh, there you go. Kukai, yay! This deck is a crucial in that all standard deck must carry this deck. Draw 2 cards and also do 20 more damage. Bam! Sometimes 20 damage is just what you, and it's before weakness too. So you know what? Put that down. You can do double damage against Laurentis, the Situai. It hits for 130. Put another 20 damage on there. Times 2, 300 damage. Bam! Terrible, terrible damage. So, sorry guys, I wasn't able to go back and show you my cards, my deck. But you know what? I'm grateful that I actually had this card on the Pokemon Trading Card Online. So please take a look, enjoy it, build your deck around it, and have some fun. So, once again, thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode. Please leave a thumbs up or thumbs down if you didn't like the episode. But please, subscribe to the nation, and let's make Snorlax Nation the greatest nation out there. See you later, nation. Thank you guys, and I hope you guys enjoyed what you see today. Please give it a thumbs up, thumbs down, depending on what you guys like. And please, subscribe to the nation right here so we can make Snorlax Nation the greatest nation out there. Take care, nation.